Hello, everyone, and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Today we've got grand finals of the Zelda Randomizer 2023 Max Shadow Tournament here between MiRai and jkoper. We've got game one tonight. I'm Star, and with me on commentary night is Ellen there. How are you doing?
Excitement could not be any higher. This is sort of the finals a lot of people were waiting for. MiRai looking to actually get first in the tournament instead of second. jkoper also looking to get his first win. But we will not have a winner tonight. This is best 2 out of 3. So this is a rematch of the winners finals, which MiRai did win. So we'll see if history repeats itself or jkoper can get him back.
We'll have to find out, because this should be a really good matchup. I know they both won something that's not Zero Gem.
Yeah, I mean, Max Rando is in fact Max Rando, and anything can happen. But
Yep, we
the
could be
runners
here
and
for...
I think most of the commentators are hoping to see some longer scenes.
Yeah, because it is Max Rando. We could be here for anywhere between 5 minutes and about an hour and a half, probably, for these two.
Yeah, I mean, we have had races this tournament that lasted longer, but this being the grand finals, I think even the meanest of seeds are likely to be accomplished fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Don't
We'll have
think
to see.
don't think I've seen MiRai take longer than 90 minutes for a seed in quite some time, unless that seed was broken in some way.
Yeah, I also hope we don't get a broken seed. Very rare, but the randomizer does some things sometimes. And
Yeah,
Melendar has been debugging a bunch of things.
MiRai has been helping me beta test, and definitely some of the seeds. You know, you get into a palace and MiRai finds a room that's horribly, horribly malformed. It's like, oops, better fix that one.
I've seen some of your screenshots in the Discord as well. There's been some interesting results.
Yeah, let's hopefully iron all of those out before other people get to see them. But our runners should be starting up hopefully pretty soon.
Yep, just waiting shortly. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be good to have a new version of the Randomizer out for the upcoming Upstarts tournament, which will be starting up here in about a month.
Upstarts is still using the old version.
Or are we? Okay, might be.
Yeah, just to make sure that we iron out all the bugs, but
Actually makes sense. It's standard then, I think.
Yeah, standard for standard, we should have the new version is out and available to test if you want to test. But hopefully by the time standard comes around, we make sure we iron out all of the bugs, including the ones that we didn't know about.
Yeah, because you fix some bugs, but there's always something else to fix.
There's always all kinds of new bugs. We have found new bugs in even the old V4 stuff as recently as yesterday. So it's we could always improve, always get better, always reduce the chances of a seed not working.
Yep. In the meantime, though, let's get going. We are starting with 3 lives, a frankly stupid amount of health, 1 gem, boots, and the Yeti key.
Yeah, well,
that's a mountainous map.
When we said everyone was wishing for a longer seed, it doesn't look like it. I mean, mountainous is definitely a reasonable start to having some trolling.
Yep. Got Fairy Cave here, backside of it, right by start. Well, we're not going to go through that just yet. Kind of can't. I'm going to just head west here from start. Not quite sure which part of the map we're in yet. Mountainous biomes. It looks like we got dumped somewhere in the middle. We're not immediately on a corner, but I can't figure out where we actually are relative to anything else because mountainous maps will do that to you.
Yeah, looks like we probably spawn Container Cave here is the western edge because we can't see anything past it, but
there's a segment like way over there because I've seen mountainous biomes do that too in the past. Because that's a challenge with mountainous biomes is, well, mountains. They kind of block your line of sight to a lot of things.
Yeah, both runners try to take out this red Dyra. Neither runner having success on their first life.
Nope.
The combination of the rocks and the birds can be really painful. And yeah, Koper getting through it the second time. I think a lot of the mission to success on that is just get hit by rocks, get hit by birds, anything as long as it's not the Dyra.
Yep. Because you can only get the game only registers damage from one source at a time. So if multiple things hit you at once, hopefully gets a little nicer on Zezzy. Let's see. Okay. Oh, well, Blue Jar is not entirely unexpected, given we started with 7 heart containers and 3 items besides that.
Yeah, it is completely useless. We'll see. jkoper deciding to walk out. MiRai thinking about it. He's going to up A. I think I like up A better. You really no idea which way is best, and not walking out of the cave saves 20 seconds at least.
Yeah. I was actually thinking for a second that might have been a Caldera, surprise Caldera, even though this doesn't look like one, but nope.
Yeah,
anyway, so...
And it does look like that did save MiRai 5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah. Running through another one of these encounters, the enemy sets so far have not been kind. Though it has produced some decent levels, 212 and 222 apiece right now.
Yeah, the red Dyras were 150 points, which is pretty strong.
Yeah. Thirdly, Miss Koper just picked up.
Okay, we'll see it in just a second here on MiRai's side.
Trophy, apparently. Thanks, Aaron.
That's a good one to pick up early.
Yep. Can go pick up the spell from Rando whenever we find it, wherever we find it. It might be right here.
That would be convenient, but
nope,
no.
It's Rando, and that's Shieldtown. Haven't managed to catch what Dash costs at Magic 2 yet for Koper, but is a whopping 110 at Magic 1. So,
yeah, especially the Magic 1 and Magic 2. Fire is just ridiculously expensive. It wouldn't be surprising to see runners skip out on Shield, especially with so much life available, but the fact that there are 3 hints available in this town and it's so early, I think, is the deciding factor here.
Mm-hmm. It's also just that it is a 1-gemmer, and you're here anyhow. You might want the safety because you're not going to get a high amount of levels. The seed is not one of those uber kind 1,000-point P-bags everywhere seeds, at least. Who wants to find the raft? Thanks.
Okay, that's a hint that is theoretically useful. Generally,
saying 74 dash at level 2 at Magic 2. That's not terrible, I guess.
Yeah, it's not terrible for Magic 2. It is slightly uncastable.
Yeah, we might want a Magic Jar at some point. No sign of Thunder either. Though we've seen a grand sum of 1 town, so that's not saying much. It is to note that Dash is in our old Kasuto spell slot, so that doesn't help a ton at the moment.
Yep, Child Block is still potentially in logic.
Same with the medicine, wherever those are.
Yeah, so it does look like our start is pretty far south, but obviously with that fairy cave going south, not all the way south, but there's a lot of stuff up here to the north.
Yeah, because we just saw the northern edge of the map and some water beyond the northernmost mountains here for MiRai, and that's Stonehenge with a P-bag on it. Well, there's certainly a lot of junk in this one, because there's a regular 3 P-bags in the vanilla item pool. We then start with Candle Boots and Yeti Key that makes for 6 junk, plus additional 3 hearts makes for 9 junk items. We'll be seeing plenty of those out of the 22 total spots. And there's the raft, speaking of things.
Yeah, junk and raft, those basically guarantees. We'll see if there's something else that our runners might actually find useful, like a glove, maybe a flute.
Glove or flute, they wouldn't mind a magic jar. They don't really need the last heart container if it exists.
Yeah, it is 50-50 that last heart container is even in the seed.
They really don't care either way.
Yeah, 7, plenty enough for those runners I know. MiRai practices on very low heart starts, like 2 heart starts, and some more difficult flags. So this is just going to be sort of a gift for him. He's going to check the rest of this north side. And okay, so it does look like that place where the medicine cave was the far west end.
Yeah, seems like it. Here's Mito with life in it. Well, we don't need or want that. Thanks. That is the northeastern corner, so good. We have approximately the map roughly mapped out, and that's a cave to What is that?
That looks like Mountainous East, if I had to guess.
And that's Maze Island.
Maze Island
that's
kinder than Mountainous East.
I think so. I was like, I'm not sure if that's an East or Death Mountain. I'll be honest with the first connector cave.
MiRai was sort of unhappy to find this because it is a bit long to be checking it, but he does have the boots, and that's going to speed up his exploration quite a bit.
Yeah, jkoper also in the northeast corner of the west here, so he'll find both connector caves. And yeah, boots help here for sure. Oh, there's a bridge tile. And the first item. Which is the 1-up, I think. Yeah.
Making a substantial dent in our junk quota.
We've seen 5 item locations and 4 of them have been junks. No, 3 of them, sorry, have been junk.
Yeah. Just a bunch of junk and an item we had the hint for.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. And yep, we've got double mountainous biomes for grand finals, which is about as mean as the biomes can get when they start with boots, so islands would not actually be so bad.
Yeah, here's a bridge check.
That's also to the east, I think, which confirms a mountainous east.
That looks like a Death Mountain cave.
Or actually might have been Death Mountain. Everything looks similar today, apparently. It
may all be mountainous. Oops, all mountains is certainly a way to slow a seed down.
It really is. It's also making it really hard to tell where we're at when you take continental connectors, because where are we?
If that is, that's definitely Death Mountain Cave. With that being Death Mountain, I'm a little bit surprised neither runner decided to take a run down the coast.
See if there's a hammer.
So maybe you can find another connection or something. Although at this point, they know where to get to. If that's Death Mountain, they already know how to get to all the continents. So
yeah, P3 or 6 there is one they hope to never touch.
Yeah, not going to be likely that either runner checks it.
No.
Still don't have any kind of a sighting of where GP is yet, though.
No, we haven't seen any of the palaces on the west, which I will note one thing is that, you know how we found Nita in both the connector caves in that northeast corner? I believe that you cannot actually go any further south down the eastern side of the map. I think you need to go loop around the other way from the start.
It may be that you have to take Fairy Cave down and then go east.
It's possible, because I feel like it's a bit of a giant C or something, because the northeastern corner does not go straight south. That was a confirmed mountain wall of mountains. And is that 2 1-ups game? Really?
That is 2 1-ups. Maze Island proving just as valuable as the east.
This Maze Island's great. And okay, MiRai's gonna just take a quick look in here to see if the palace is like 2 rooms in, and if not, I think he'll up out of here and go.
Yeah, he does have a whole bunch of extra lives at this point.
Yeah.
Could be a good source of experience.
Speaking of lives, here's another one.
I believe that puts him to something like 6 lives right now.
Something like that. Does get past the Doom Knocker. Shield looked castable. 17 is really cheap, actually.
Confirmation that MiRai has 6 lives.
Yeah. That's for jkoper. And whatever palace this is, it's got some options.
That's not what MiRai is looking for. He doesn't want options. He wants a quick item, a quick boss, something where he can get in, get out, and boy, Iron Knuckles.
Yeah, I was going to say also he doesn't want to see 3 Iron Knuckles in the either. 2 blues and an orange plus the other enemy here. It's a loaded nope. Good thing he has lives, but he might lose one here. And no surprise. This might be a glove hunt. Yeah, Slamu, and the glove is gonna be buried in a mountain of junk, apparently. Very, very literally in multiple fashions.
Alright, MiRai was trying to work forward slowly there to avoid picking up this blue Stalfos, partially because it's annoying and it'll stab you, but also because the amount of lag goes up a ton.
Those managed to take the Stalfos down, now has to deal with Knuckles.
If he can get them
Okay,
all
here.
grouped up, he could try to get some double stabs against that wall.
Coper's found the other one up in the Maze Island. I know because I saw him pick up the first one earlier.
All right, MiRai does make it past. Doesn't even try to finish them off. He's just like, nah, I'm out.
I don't think it's worth it right now. Red iron knuckle. Okay, that's and some drippers. Nah.
Vanilla drippers.
Yeah, 200 off the iron knuckle is enough for a life level. MiRai really rather needed.
Coper also going into this palace, but without the additional lives. And wow, MiRai's gamble paying off. He's going to get a boss here, and this should give him a couple levels worth of experience, hopefully.
Yep. This is P6. It'll also be his first gem. Can't say it was the fastest thing in the world, but it's a palace done. It'll be a palace done around 13 minutes ish, so that's not bad. Yeah,
MiRai getting 6 and 7 hit cycles is going to really speed up this attack 3 Barba.
Yeah, this is not the fastest Barba fight. Let's see how Coper routes this, because there was a lot of options in the 6. Also getting the 200. I think he might be going the right way, actually. This looks familiar. Yeah, okay. He is going to actually beat this. He's right behind he's right behind MiRai. So that's going to be them almost tied, really, right now.
Yeah, Coper was a little bit behind in exploration, but not taking that game over in that room with all the iron knuckles is going to put him fairly close.
About a Barba fight behind.
Yeah, we'll see how MiRai wants to spend this. Oh man, only 100 points from the bag.
That sucks. And he's 30 seconds short of the next level, too. So he's just going to go and see if he gets behind Barba and maybe find a level.
Alright, 30 points from the rope. He is going to be able to pick up his level here. He might try to get another 200.
The blue iron knuckles here might, for the 200, if he can survive them. I also missed math. That was 26 to the next level.
Yeah, unfortunately, attack 3 just really not doing very much here.
No, it really isn't. MiRai is at life 5 at least, so can take some additional hits at least now with the 7 heart containers they have.
Yeah, he's going to have to pull back and do a 3rd cycle on him, though. It'll take him longer to kill this blue iron knuckle than Barba.
You're not wrong. And it might not. I'm not even sure what to drop. Because, Coper was like a Barba fight behind, basically, and they took them down at the same time, and that's a 150. Yep.
Okay, so that's enough that if he kills this second one, then he will have enough to pick up attack 4, which is, I'm sure, really what he's looking for right now. Yeah,
Coper, though, is 700 points short of his next level. He's just going to take the gem.
Yeah, he got. He
was at 334 coming in, MiRai at 324, and I think that's the difference between these two here and why MiRai sticking in the extra time is he didn't have this extra magic level. Because Coper can just run past these iron knuckles. He doesn't want to deal with them. 24 hits, apparently. Thank you, Danger Mold. I can't read. Woof. That's a lot.
Yeah, and
sounds about right.
Disregarding and moving on, and the item room is just right here in the next room.
Yep. Going to use shield to try and survive long enough to see the child. That's actually worth it, I think. Potentially.
Yeah, it could be useful.
Now, here's a question. Does MiRai stick around for that child? Coper's actually walking back out. I don't know. Maybe he didn't see that the west that ends right south of here, because I'm not sure what all he saw when he got here, because you're looking at MiRai's screen at that point.
I think if it's I think if I'm MiRai, I'm gonna go down this path. I'm going to follow it until I see the item or a dead end. And if it's a dead end, I'm probably upping and leaving.
Oh, Coper's checking this mountain is something.
Yeah. 300 point bag, gonna give MiRai a magic level too before he's out of here, so.
Yeah. That's in the... Okay, we're at the northern edge of wherever this is. And there's a child from MiRai. Okay, northwestern corner of wherever this is where Coper's at. This is not the west. That's actually so this is a confirmed mountainous east. And that's P3.
MiRai's
Lovely.
saving and gonna go check the rest of this west.
Hey, Vixrider, thank you for the raid with a party of 4. Welcome in. We've got grand finals here. It's a 1 gem, 7 heart start seed. It's being a little silly as we find Ruda with Reflect in it. Well, I guess it's a safety, I suppose.
Yeah,
but
I don't think
does not
safeties
care
are where
they're...
Yeah. Not in the market for safeties right now. They've already got shield spell and 7 hearts, and oof, a cross might be a pretty good safety.
Yeah, because Cooper just got buffed by an invisible Moa. No sign of GP trails. It's okay. Here's the southern. MiRai is near a palace. I guess I didn't catch which one he was near because that was not the one by start. That was not start. I couldn't quite tell. But
given he's not in it, I'm gonna say not GP.
Agreed. Hammer here is a major item, not necessarily one they want, but we did see Death Mountain. We did see Death Mountain at one point.
Yeah, the only hint we've gotten so far is that the raft is on the west, which was useful for a solid minute or 2.
Yeah, no glove hints at all yet, Trails. Other than running to the bus, how do you identify which palace is which with the randomizer? It's not the bricks, it is the pillars specifically, the tops of the pillars. Sorry, has a connector here, actually, it looks like. With fairy in it, because of course it is.
Are we hunting for Bagu? Is that a thing we're doing?
If we need fairy, we might be hunting for Bagu. I do think we've seen it. Because that looks like the southeasternmost corner is blocked off by Zarya there.
Yeah, and MiRai taking a check into some of those forests. He is interested in finding where Bagu's Woods is. There is a hint that tells you where Bagu's Woods is, but unfortunately it is on the other side of the river.
Yeah, which doesn't help. But yeah, it's the top. Other thing. There are pairs of palaces that each have the same pillar type, so palaces 1 and... So palaces 1 and 4 have the same, but palace 4 has a fiery Moa in it. Palace 1 has nothing in the entrance. That's P4, speaking of that fairy Moa. Yeah. Actually, okay, that wasn't quite the southeast corner for sorry. There might be a connector over there from this part of the map. But yeah, the pillars are 1. So 1 and 4 have the same pillars, and 4 has a Fury Moa in it, as we just saw. I think this is our final item key for MiRai. Yeah, 1 and 4 have the same pillars. 4 has a Moa in it. 2 and 5 also have the same pillars, and P2 has okay, magic jar. I keep sidetracking. P2 does. If you hit the Iron Knuckles statue at the front, P2 will drop a jar from it. P5s will drop nothing, which is MiRai did stab the statue at the front of that P2 or 5 we saw us confirming nothing dropped, so that was P5. And then houses 3 or 6, houses 3 and 6 are the same pillars, and you need to find the windows with Lost. Also, never mind on Zarya, because here's the other end.
Oh, helmet head guards the glove!
That's an amazing hint.
Huge. And man, with Coper exploring the east, he is not going to find that hint. Here's the question, though: have we seen 2 yet? Is 2 on the east?
I don't know because we missed what palace MiRai saw just south of Rudo.
If 2 is on the east, it's possible jkoper will see 2 and think, "Well, I need my hammer. I might as well try and explore around in here." If 2 is on the west, though, it may be a long time before jkoper ends up looking there.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how MiRai got to the southernmost part of the west, so I'm not quite Okay, so yeah, this is where we are. So this is the palace I was wondering about. And I guess this is 2 because MiRai's going here, not north.
Yeah, if MiRai is going there, it's either 2 or GP. There's no way else he's going.
No, and the answer is it's GP. Well then.
Okay, he's going to take the no glove gamble. We'll see if this is successful. jkoper did take a race off of MiRai by gambling on the glove not being required. So MiRai is going to do it back in turn, but the chances of glove being required at GP is somewhere around 90 or 95% as we find a glove.
Speaking of, that's a glove block.
Yeah, and we're gonna go left here. We're gonna get another glove block, and we're gonna see MiRai back out on the west.
Yep. And that's P2 for Koper.
Okay.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah, that's P2.
MiRai is out.
Yep. Hard glove locked immediately. Well, that's good info, I guess.
And to be fair, that's the best kind of doing a check. And wow, jkoper finds 2, and he's just gonna dig it. I don't blame him.
I mean, it's in his face. He has seen the Valley of Death and doesn't want to dig that, and his other option is P3, which he's not particularly close to, so why not?
Yeah, he still hasn't done the rest of the west, but I don't blame him for wanting to finish these checks on the east before he goes, and even without that hint, he may have this glove before MiRai.
He might, once Koper does get back to the west, he's cleared out the northern half, so he's going to head south from start and find GP immediately. He might still need ferry from Saria, but that'll just be further exploration on the west that isn't too hard to get to.
Yeah, there was a glove hint to answer a question from chat. It is here in 2 where jkoper is, but jkoper does not have the hint. MiRai does, but he still hasn't found P2, and he's making a beeline for the east right now looking for it.
Yep, gonna pick up down stab, it looks like.
Yeah, this is a reasonable side trip.
Yep. He's not ever he doesn't want to come back here, ideally. He wants to go to the east, get his glove, maybe get Thunder if it's anywhere convenient, and then get right back out.
Yep. So far for jkoper, this P2 is looking like P2 normally looks. It's a little on the longer side.
It is one of the longer regular palaces. Helmet Head is a boss, I guess. With 2 hearts.
Yeah.
Sure.
Health shuffle be health shuffle.
Yep. But since I do have it set in max random flags that palaces do continue after the boss, there's no particular reason that the glove can't be behind Helmet Head.
Yeah, and Helmet Head is such a quick boss to just kill and move on that makes sense.
Yeah, especially when he's got a grand sum of 2 bars of health. Trio of Iron Knuckles here. Game.
The whole crew has gotten together.
One of each color, yep.
Right, MiRai now here in the east. He's like, where's that P2? Where's my Thunder Spell?
He is going to head west and south. I'm not actually sure where Koper found P2. It's triple mountainous biomes is just messed with my brain entirely. This is P3, I do remember that much, this bright yellow, but 3 mountainous biomes and 1 seed has broken my brain a smidge on that front. So I'm not sure where we are.
It's not real kind.
Everything looks the same. Southwest part of the east, apparently, according to Trails, thanks.
Well, that is the direction that MiRai is heading, roughly.
It's kind of the only obvious way to go on this mountainous map.
Oh no, jkoper taking a death and deciding that he's done with P2.
Oh, Koper.
That's gonna be brutal. Because he is
Koper, you've also started with a dash spell from here. Okay, he remembered, but that's a wider time loss. Yeah, that's bad for Koper. He needs to get back to 2.
Yeah, well, I don't... From his perspective, I don't blame him, though, right? He got into P2. He found a million forks, and it's super long, because P2 is a little bit on the longer side. And he just... got to a position where he would need to go back and check a whole bunch more random directions. He said, forget it. This isn't worth my time.
And that's quite understandable for him. He is getting Thunder here, though, out of the Runia, so that dig of P6 was required for the child, too. That works.
Wow. Both of our runners.
We're not seeing P1 in the Valley of Death. He knows where his glove is. He is walking right back out of here.
Yeah, and this unfortunately means that P2 is going to be the last palace he finds.
Yep. Just because it makes sense, just because layout of this east, they're like all. It just so happens that P2 is the last one you find going from that connector cave.
Yeah. But I mean, to some extent, MiRai spending more time in the West is why he knows that glove is in P2, but it also means that he has not nearly explored as much of it as Koper has.
Yep. Okay, he needs to take a connector cave somewhere, so that's not it. Koper is going back into 2 just because it's the most convenient palace to his present position, I guess, which works. And MiRai needs to find a cave going further south, because I think Koper is, or maybe east, I'm not quite sure, but Koper is down on the southern edge of the map, so...
Is this P2 again? Did Koper go back
This
to
is
it?
2. This is the really, really dark blue one. And nope, he's back out. P1's pink, P3's bright yellow, and Koper's back out of 2, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think he's not really sure what he wants to do. He still hasn't. He still hasn't explored that big section of the west to the south that MiRai has. So maybe that's in the back of his mind.
Koper hasn't done that. He's also. I don't think we've seen the eastern side of the east yet either. We started on the northwest corner. That's a dead end, and Koper is going to head right back to the west. That could be good for him. But we haven't seen the eastern side of the east either. Thankfully, Koper's not going to go immediately look for that. He's going to find Saria. He find out that Fairy is here, and then he's going to continue east and find the other side of it here once he loops around a bit, because this map's a bit stupid.
The question is, how fast is MiRai going to find this P2 versus how fast is Koper going to make it to Saria and find out that he needs to go back there?
Yeah, because Koper's just got into P5. This dark green palace is even longer than P2, which could be quite bad, as MiRai is now in the correct part of the map, and here's P2. More iron knuckles for Koper.
Yeah, this nice, pleasant dark green color, although who knows how dark it actually is.
Yeah, Koper plays on... Both play on console, but they have different hardware setups, and Koper's makes everything very, very dark.
It does mean that this purple trogdor is a quite lovely color.
It is a nice one, yeah. Because, yeah, like, both the dark... What I'm pretty sure is actually a dark green, so it's a little hard to tell from... This dark green P5, you can only really tell it's dark green from the pillars, and not just some other shade of very dark anything. But both the dark green P5 and the dark blue P2 look very almost black on Koper's end, just because of his setup.
And MiRai here in this P2 has found this same incredible just pile of forks that jkoper did.
Yeah, and it's not over by any means. There's a bazillion forks in 2, as you noted, and there's a bazillion forks in GP as also usually, so we'll see. I'm hoping for Koper's sake he finds the item in 5 relatively quickly, but it's 5, so who knows?
Yeah, it's not... 5 is usually the longest palace. What? Okay. MiRai wants to take a death.
Yep. Also sees that Wildwood has next to no health. Koper heading left in this elevator.
Yeah, and I think we know from Koper's trek here that this is just a dead end.
I want to say that the Helmet Head went into a dead end, yeah.
That's right. This is the party room with the 3-pack of iron knuckles. Gonna be a lot easier for MiRai with downstab.
Yeah. Can just bounce straight past it and keep going. Oh, I heard actually saying that the Koper died before the end. Well, that's good to know. More forks for Koper. P5 is indeed... P2 is P5's little brother, or P5 is P2's big brother. Either way, these two are long. And we can see that, because these are both trolling our runners quite a bit.
Yeah, one thing you can do if you've explored a lot of palaces is P5 and P6 especially, their maximum length is based on what the maximum length of the other 2 palaces in their pool are. So, for example, if you know that 1 and 2 were both really high on the long side, P5 is actually likely to be a lot shorter than it usually is. So if you happen to have full cleared them and know that they were giant, P5 can, you can make some entertained decisions on whether to go into P5, but jkoper are really just taking guesses at places and hoping that he finds something quickly, because he's got to feel behind at this point.
Yeah, he thankfully did bail to 5, took one look at 4, decided without reflect, maybe I should go do something else. That's
And
good.
I think he is on the right path to get to Saria eventually.
He is. This should be his final item on the... I'm not sure this is his final item on the west. He might be missing an item cave or two somewhere down on the southern part of the map. But this is a magic jar for him, I know, because this was MiRai's final item on the west, and then he'll find Saria if he goes back, stays on the southern edge and goes west. And he knows he should be able to find Saria if he stays on the southern edge and goes west, because he saw the northern half earlier. And yeah, jkoper is not going to feel good about the hint. He's not out of it by any means. MiRai is lost in this too, but it is a time sink.
He got into that big long path after the boss and discovered it just dead ends, and now he's like, well, which one of these infinite forks am I going to take? And we'll probably see in just a bit here.
Now I do hope that jkoper actually gets the hint. There we go. Good. I couldn't remember which.
And an immediate jkoper had an immediate face palm when he read that hint.
Yeah, it does feel bad.
Right,
you don't feel good about that in Grand Final, especially when you just left P2 like 5 minutes ago to come here.
Yeah, jkoper is going to pick up Fairy before he heads back. And was there another fork here after the boss? I don't think there was.
I've gotten a bit lost myself, so I'm not honestly sure.
I'm wrong. I think neither runner has checked like maximum left. Like instead of going up that elevator to the boss, go left.
Mm-hmm. I'm really confused where jkoper's going because it's not.
jkoper's going to check GP to see if it's glove blocked or not.
That makes sense. Yeah.
MiRai has gone in and found out that it is immediately glove blocked in both directions. jkoper hasn't, but I think this is smart for him. At least stick your head in here and see if you could get, especially if you think you're behind and you need to gamble.
Yeah, no, this makes sense. I forgot he hadn't checked GP yet.
Okay, there is a fork here for MiRai. He's going to go down this elevator instead of up.
Yep. And there's glove block number over jkoper. Going to use his dash to go left and find the other glove block.
This is not glove block, but it is a dead end.
Or dead end, yeah, that's what it was. Sure, chicken knights. Not sure what jkoper is even looking for here. And there it is for MiRai finally. That was on that fork after Diamond Head, I think.
Yeah, alright, so MiRai's going to be back into GP shortly with hopefully everything he needs to go. Neither runner... I suppose jkoper has picked up Thunderspell. MiRai has not.
No, MiRai didn't get there.
Thunder is one of those things that's much, much less likely to be required than Glove is. Where Glove is required 95+% of the time. In Max Rando, Thunder's like maybe 25-30% of the time.
Yeah. Daruni had Thunder, and it was just east of, within 10 tiles east of P2, where I just has other things to do, understandably. So,
yep. This is if MiRai saw Darunia, I think he would have checked it and picked up Thunder, but not seeing it, not knowing it where it is, especially with how trolly that east was, maybe he just decided I don't want to bother looking for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was close enough to P2. It was on his screen, but it might not have registered. Oh, I should maybe check that town, right over there. Because if it's close to the edge of your screen, you might just not register. Oh, I need to check that. And this is GP.
MiRai here in GP has started gambling. He got to that Eon 4... No, just the regular 4-wheeler, not the Eon 4-wheeler. But he...
Shoutouts to them starting with the Eniki and running into this fantastic room.
Yeah. He did... Given a 4-way that had a right in it, he instead took the elevator all the way up and went left. So MiRai clearly thinking that he's behind and starting to gamble.
Yep.
We know that he
More
is
left.
Yeah, at least a little bit. So Koper is definitely going to find the glove much faster than MiRai did, since he's already explored a good portion of this P2.
Yeah.
But it's still probably going to be about a 5. I'm going to guess about a 5-minute advantage for MiRai in this GP.
Probably something like that. This GP, which has a lot of glove blocks. Let's see where Koper goes, because I think it was that last fork behind Helmet Head that had the glove into here.
He's going to take this right here at the start.
Yeah, and that's not the way to Helmet Head for Koper.
It might be the way.
I might have gotten lost again, though.
This room, I think this room might connect. I think this room might loop around to, I think this is the elevator that leads up to where Helmet Head was.
Okay, never mind. My sense of direction sucks.
Yeah, if that's the case, going left or right at that elevator is, going left or right at that elevator is exactly the same. And MiRai finds an upstab block. He does not have either upstab or the jump spell to be able to clear that.
Nope. And Koper, and neither of them have upstab. Koper found the Runia and got Thunder out of it earlier, because, it's right just east of P2, but he didn't have Fairy at the time, and we don't know where Jump is. Jump is in Naburu or New Kasuda, which are somewhere on the eastern half of the east, which we haven't found a way to get to because it's mountainous, and mountainous maps do mountainous things.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't need it, anyhow, but if we had needed... Yeah, we don't really need Jump, but if we had needed it, I'm not sure what the way to that side of the east is.
Yeah, MiRai is very proficient at being able to use Jump spell to skip those upstab blocks. But, wow, MiRai gonna take this other left instead of going right here.
Yeah. Koper is trying to figure out where he's going in P2, and it's not Helmet Head. I don't think.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Koper's going to end up full clearing this.
Yep. Oh, wait, we did see Naburu earlier, and I forgot what spell was in it. But yeah, it's somewhere we haven't seen. Oh, according to chat, Koper's going the right way, and they've got better sense of direction than I do.
Okay. Yeah, he was just down that elevator. MiRai is unhappy at his inability to clear that block. It's one of those things where even though we know that he's ahead right now, you got to think you're behind.
You have to. You're 39 minutes into a one-jumper on Grand Finals, and you're not done, and neither is your opponent, which
Here's the real question, though. Where is jkoper going to go with that first fork? MiRai has checked the up that leads to left and the left. jkoper might just go right. That might be in the way.
Yep. And, MiRai just found T-Bird as a different note, so that's something else to consider, because Koper has Thunder.
Yeah, he's now found an upstab skip. He's found T-Bird, an upstab block. He's found T-Bird. And so now he's going to go back and try that right. And if jkoper goes right as well, he's going to be ahead.
He will, because this has suddenly turned into a very close race.
It's all a question of which way they go. If jkoper goes left, he'll be able to clear Thunderbird and continue down that route. If he goes up, I don't think he has upstab or jump either, so he'll be stuck in that dead end.
Have it. Yeah, he can't have upstab or jump. He wasn't capable of. We haven't seen the town with jump, and he couldn't get upstab earlier. So,
okay, jkoper is going to go up. Okay, he's going to check up. Which direction is he actually going to go? Is the question.
He's thinking about it.
He's trying to bait these chickens into the pit. He is going to go right.
All right.
So this is, I think him going right is kind of a best case for him. If this is the right way to go, then he's only a little bit behind. If this is not the way to go, that means that there's a pretty strong likelihood, that the Thunderbird is going to be the right way to go, in which case he's way ahead.
Mm-hmm. Good more from chat. I forgot as well. There's GG's to MiRai. Never mind anything else.
And wow, this a runner who just went in and did go right standard routing. This would have been like a 5 or 6 room GP.
Very fast. And Koper's just behind. Good race.
Yeah, that's gotta suck. Walking into Darklink's room and seeing your opponent done. Coper's done it to me before, but I can tell you from experience, it sucks.
Yeah, Cooper, you can see he noticed, I think, on his facial expression there. That, MiRai's done. Well.
Yeah, MiRai with an official time, 41 minutes, 38 seconds. And jkoper right behind, 42 minutes flat.
GG's, 22-second difference there at the end.
Wow, what a race.
Cooper would have won if he committed a GP. Trying to math that. Yelling at it. Yeah, Cooper is not going to be happy about too. It's one of those things though. Like from his perspective, that the dip out of P2 made sense because there was a bazillion forks. He'd taken some deaths and he didn't have the hint at the time, but unfortunately that cost him a bunch of time.
Yeah, and there was still so much for him to check at that point. And unfortunately, it just ended up being the way he needed to go, and that was enough.
Yeah.
So both runners just getting set up. We should have them in for interview shortly.
Yeah. Taking a quick break here. And while we wait for that, we'll note that our game 2 for this match is going to be tomorrow at the exact same time, 8:30 Eastern, here on this channel. Hope to see you all then.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be a similarly close race. But hopefully with some jams next time.
Yeah, I think these two runners will probably both have a few words about this being a one gemmer.
I mean, this is the joy of Max Rando, but it has been 0, 1, or 2 gems, something like the last 6 or 7 races.
Yeah, it's been something. Let's go get these two into chat. Hey guys, GG's.
Hey, GG.
GG, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. That was not the GP I was expecting.
Me neither. Did you check any lefts before going right?
No, not really. Oh,
Okay.
I mean, I did check the one at the start. I went in there without the glove, and then, yeah, that didn't last long. And then I went and got the glove, and then I came back.
Yeah, that was a wild one. The big divergence early was that MiRai, you were going back and after Maze Island, checking the rest of the West. Cooper after Maze Island went east and actually ended up in P2 looking around fairly early and took a death at a game over or something and decided it was too long, too forky. And at the same time, MiRai, you got that glove hint, and I'm sure that was a light bulb for you.
Yeah, I don't know what was happening tonight. My memory was just shot. Like I saw P2, P5 just before I saw P4, and then I've got the glove hint for 2, and I'm like, did I just see 5 or did I just see 2? And as I'm over there, I'm also thinking to myself, I didn't even check the palace straight south of start. I just walked right by because I had already done 6. And so I'm thinking, okay, I've got to backtrack through all of this stuff here. And I just, yeah. I mean, once I saw that it was GP, I also dipped in there, but then first glove block to the right, dead end to the left, and then I'm out of there as well to go. What I thought, actually, I was going to go to Death Mountain and find the raft tile is where I thought the raft tile was. So luckily, I stumbled back upon the east there, and then that's eventually found P2. But I checked Death Valley first, and then, yeah.
Yeah. So you did P6. Did you get the child then as well?
Yes, it was like 2 rooms behind
Right.
Barba.
Yeah. No, I did too. So
Okay.
I was hoping Thunder would be some sort of advantage, but apparently you must have had it as well.
I did not. I felt so far behind. I gambled when I got the glove out of 2 because I checked behind the boss first. Well, I kind of went that way first, and it was a dead end or something, hard left on the second level. And then I went back to the boss, did the boss, and checked all behind the boss. And as I up and A'd, not finding anything. I was like, wait, I left one left behind there. And then there were two other paths that just looped into each other in the front of the palace, near the front of the palace. And then I had to go all the way back behind the boss again to go check that last left. And of course, it was there's just one. The item room was like one room over from there. And so I felt so bad and so far behind that I was just up and 8 out of there, saved, and went right back to GP and said, "F it. If this is Thunder or Upstab blocked, I am probably SOL." And I saw both of those things, Upstab block and Thunderbird.
Yeah, we saw those as well. Cooper had Thunder because Daruni, I think, was like straight east of P2, basically.
Okay.
Not too
Yeah, there was
far
a town
off.
there.
But
There were a
Thunder,
couple towns, actually.
yeah. We didn't see Jump though. I think that was New Casino, and that was probably somewhere on the eastern side of the Eastern Continent, which we never got to. It might be raft locked. I'm not sure, but moot point.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one raft tile side, probably in Death Mountain. I think it has to be, actually.
I think we saw enough of the west and east that it might be, because you guys were missing enough of the east. I feel like there's a segment that you guys were missing.
Did you
Probably raft locked.
I was thinking it also could have been like southeast corner of Maze Island that I didn't necessarily see or remember seeing, so I was concerned about that as well.
No, I full cleared it.
Okay.
I missed one tile on Maze Island, and it was the second drop.
Oh, and it's nothing though. It's big fat nothing.
Yeah,
it's like both 1-ups or something.
Yeah,
it was 2 1-ups. Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, but really frustrating. Like I went to an encounter, and there was, I think, 3 tiles behind the encounter. It's like, well, I've done everything else except for that one tile that I, kind of have skipped unintentionally. But odds on play is to just keep going. You missed that one tile, that's okay. But nope, that was where it was. Hey, you know what? That's the difference in the time of the race. But whatever. There's so many different things could have played out differently.
Oh, absolutely.
With the difference of this amount. So, yeah, that's crazy.
Well, you say you didn't check any lefts. Did you, like, because I went from that 4-way that we saw initially, like the first branch was a 4-way, and so I went up and left, which ultimately led to a upstab block. And you didn't. No,
I went up, saw the left, and then went back down and went right. And
oh wow,
yeah,
wow, that was that close then, because I went up and left first and saw the upstab blocked, which was probably 5 or 6 rooms left of there. And then I came back and I went left again at the 4-way, and that led to ultimately, I think it was a dead end. It was like the vanilla 1-up room dead end, and then right back from there was an upside down T junction, which led directly to Thunderbird. And then I up and 8 again, and then I went right at the 4-way, and then that was that.
Yeah. No, I just went the right way right away. You must have been in GP at least a minute or 2 before me at minimum. I don't know, but yeah, I'm sure commentators probably have some idea. Or not?
They were not watching.
It was, to be fair, with triple mountainous biomes today, it was difficult to keep track of the map sometimes.
Yeah, we got a little lost. I'm looking in Z2 at it right now. It turns out that's actually a caldera Death Mountain, so it certainly was not obvious because we saw like barely any of it.
Yeah, well, both of you in Death Mountain checked about the same amount, which was nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, walk in, walk out. So you guys, the ridge was on the eastern coast, the raft's on the western coast of that caldera. Who knows how many caves it took to get there? I'm not going to count. Though boots would have helped. And then, yep, it was a hard segmented eastern side of the east with a grand sum of it's like one town. It's one town. I think the desert tile's over there, and a river devil that's doing as much as he ever does over on that side of the east. So yeah, there's that answer. Hard raft locked.
Well, here's to hoping for some gems in tomorrow night's race. Again, I've been praying and sacrificing. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, there's a lot of low gem seeds lately.
it just kind of feels like neither one of us can like stretch our legs. It's just this anxiety-ridden, nerve-wracking, non-stop, like just craziness. It's just, where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? And it's just, luckily we just kind of converged on the same thing, it sounded like. And, because jkoper didn't have the hint and I did. And then, man, I mean, it could have obviously been way different. Like low gem seeds tend to be.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm glad we were able to give everyone an exciting race, I suppose.
Yeah.
Can't ask for much more than like both players on the final boss screen at the same time. Yeah, I think my fight even started before I saw your dot done.
I think it did, like, just by a bit.
Probably, yeah.
I was
22
debating.
seconds.
I was debating, should I cast shield, and then you finished, and then I forgot about whether I was going to do it or not. Yeah. Tomorrow night, let's do it again. Hopefully, it's another good race or something. I don't know what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for a game 3. Let's be real. So, yeah, we'll do this tomorrow.
All right.
Thanks so much for commentating, Star and Elendar, whoever else is helping out. Let's see here. And
Homewrecker, yeah.
Yeah. We'll do this again soon. Thanks everyone who came in to watch. Appreciate all of you.
Yeah, GG's and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Any last thoughts, Zelda and MiRai, before I take us out?
Nope. Just GG's to both the runners, and see you all tomorrow.
Yep, same. GG jkoper, thanks for the restream, and same time, possibly same place tomorrow night.
We'll be the same place, yep.
Roger that.
So with that, please do give both of our runners here a follow, MiRai and jkoper. I put their links in the chat, as well as thank you to my co-commentator Elendar and our tracker Homewrecker today. Please do give them all a follow. Let's see, coming up ahead on the CSR schedule, in about 40 minutes here on this channel, we'll have a Link to the Past Randomizer, Challenge Cup match Group U between Slowpoke versus Treesap Thief. That'll be their game 2. Tomorrow at 7:40 p.m. Eastern, we'll have another LTTPRCC match Group D between Darkened Sky versus Mr. Angry Pants. That'll be on ZSR2, actually, I can't read. And then at 8:30 p.m., same time as today, we'll have game 2 of these grand finals, with more matches coming up throughout the week of a variety of other tournaments, including the semifinals of the Zelda 2 multi-category tournament 2023. So keep an eye out for those as well. Meantime, though, that'll be it for us. We'll be going over to raid to Tabby Orange, who is doing some Z2 100% all keys runs. See how that's going for them. And thanks for watching all. We'll see you tomorrow.